the gadget corner.
Next, we have an air-powered appliance mover.
Now, actually, this is a very useful device. I have one of these myself. It's an easy way to move furniture around without worrying about scratching the floor or hurting your back.
These panels are attached to a blower unit.
Right. Now, Mark, you want to close in here? I'll show you these. The air is forced in these aluminum air beams.
This creates enough air pressure to lift weights of up to 700 pounds.
Which is how Al moves his mom room to room.
Can we just... Can we just demonstrate this, please?
You just sling the unit over your shoulder and turn it on. And move your refrigerator effortlessly.
Now, actually, it's very useful. You can see how useful this is, but it only will raise it about 1.25 inches, it looks like. What happens if you have to move it up a step?
Well, then you would do it the old-fashioned way, by the sweat of your brow.
Let me show you how I'll do it. Heidi, my slightly tweaked furniture mover, please.
Here you go, Tim.
Thank you, Heidi. With a few modifications I made on this thing, I'll now be able to lift that thing about 1.5 feet. Help me out here. All right. Okay, Heidi. Just switch her on. There you go. Let's get... Oh,
Hey, Brad, guess what I got? The girl's best and worst list.
I can't believe you got that.
What is it?
All the girls in the high school pass around this list that says what they like about guys, you know, like best hair, best eyes, best personality.
And guess who has best butt?
No way, let me see.
Look all you want.
Not your butt, idiot, the list. I can't believe I'm not on here. How could I lose best eyebrows to Joey Pagunas? He only has one.
Hi, guys. Why are you standing like that?
Just appreciating a work of art.
Do you think the kids are getting weirder?
Oh, I think they've moved way past weird. They're into that frightening category now.
Wait until I tell you about what I found out at school today. You know my friend Patty?
That woman you like because she's older than you?
Yeah. Get a load of this. She's pregnant.
That's great.
Patty doesn't think it's so great. She's 43 years old. She's got teenagers at home. She was so thrilled to be back at school, and now everything's going to change.
Well, maybe Patty and Mr. Patty should use some precautions.
They were using precautions. The same kind we use.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't want to find myself in that boat.
I wouldn't want to find myself in that harbor.
Tim, we're pretty much in agreement that our family is complete, right?
No more frightening weirdos.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Well, then maybe we should think about some more definitive action, you know, something more permanent.
Separate bedrooms? That's great. You want a more permanent solution? You have my total support.
Honey, I'm talking about you getting a vasectomy.
You've lost my support. I thought you were talking about the tube tie-in thing.
Well, I am talking about the tube tying thing, except it's your tubes.
You can back up that clip ship right now.
Honey, it is much safer for a man to get a vasectomy than it is for a woman to have a tubal ligation.
Says who, the Wise with Knives Club?
Now, look, if I do this, I have to check into the hospital, go under general anesthetic, and have surgery. But a man has a vasectomy just right there in the doctor's office. It's much less invasive.
Let me tell you something. Anytime you're dealing with the downtown area, it's pretty darn invasive.
My gynecologist gave me the name of a very good urologist. Can we just go talk to this Dr. Kaplan?
What are we talking about? Why are we slamming the door and having more kids anyway?
A minute ago, you weren't too crazy about the ones we have. You called them frightening weirdos.
I said in a very positive light. I love those little guys. Hey, kids, get down there. Daddy wants to tell you how much he loves you.
Hey, guys. Hey, Marty.
Hey, Marty.
Hey, Penny.
Hey, Marty.
Nice sweater.
Wow, that reminds me of something. When one of the kids spit up after eating a whole box of crayons.
That's very funny. Yeah.
Hey, who dresses you? Your wife?
She didn't dress me. She just bought it and made me wear it.
You are getting very henpecked, Martin.
Speaking of pecked, I heard about your little visit with the urologist tomorrow.
Marty, that's not public information, okay?
What's the matter? Are you sick?
No, no.
Huh?
It's your prostate, right? Mine's as big as a Florida grapefruit.
No, Jill's making Tim get a vasectomy.
Marty.
A vasectomy?
Wow.
Oh, my God. Jill's getting you fixed? I'm not getting a vasectomy. I'm just talking about it, okay?
Yeah, well, all I know is I'd never let Nancy let me get clipped. You know? I mean, who'd want someone coming at you with a set of these?
That's not what they use.
Then what does the vet use to cut them off?
What? You don't go to a vet, you go to a doctor. They don't cut anything off, they just tie something off inside of you.
I would still never get a vasectomy.
Well, why would you need one?
Yeah, all I know is once you have that happen, you're a changed man.
You are not. It doesn't change you at all.
Tell that to my dog. We had Boomer neutered. He was a changed animal. All he does now is he just runs around in circles all day and chews on my slippers.
He always did that, Marty.
Yeah, but now he doesn't. He's got this real sad look on his face.
You know, I don't want to talk about this anymore, all right?
Well, you better talk about it now, because after you get it done, you're going to be talking like this.
You could be your own tool girl.
It's real funny, guys.
You know, I think you're all being very insensitive. A vasectomy is a noble way for a man to take responsibility. Tim is making a very loving choice.
Shut up, Al.
What do, Al? Sit on a can all day reading Ladies' Home Journal?
Hey, Tim, pass me the potato chips, would you?
I look like a waiter to you?
Forget the chips. Got any nuts?
I think we should go. I don't think the doctor's going to be here.
Honey, it's only been about 30 seconds.
Really? Seems like a lot longer, doesn't it?
Harold, get back here!
Another happy customer.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Taylor. I'm Dr. Kaplan. I'll be with you in a minute. Harold!
A woman? You brought me here to see a woman?
I didn't know she was a woman. My gynecologist just said that Dr. Kaplan was the best urologist in town.
How am I supposed to talk to a woman about what's going on in Manland?
Manland? Now you got a theme park between your legs? Honey, you don't have to have the surgery done by a woman, but as long as we're here, you might as well, listen to what she has to say.
Sorry to keep you waiting. So, what brings you here today?
We're interested in a vasectomy.
She's more interested than I am.
That's not uncommon. But let me assure you, Mr. Taylor, this is a very safe procedure. It's done right here in the office.
And it's totally foolproof, right?
Almost 100%.
What if I decide to change my mind?
Well, in some cases it can be reversed, but you shouldn't count on that as an option.
No, I mean, change my mind about being here, which I think I have.
Tim, wait. My husband, I think, is just concerned about how this is going to affect his performance.
Honey, let me handle this. You see, I put on a good show. And I just want to make sure the curtain doesn't come down in the middle of the first act.
This will not in any way affect your sexual function. We simply cut off the flow of sperm
Oh, boy.
to prevent it from entering the seminal stream.
Mm-hmm. So I'm fish without bait now.
No bait.
Why don't you tell us what's involved in the procedure?
Yeah, I'm dying to hear this.
Well, the morning of your appointment, you'd have to shave in the area where I'll be making the incisions.
Shave? Here?
It's just a routine procedure.
Not in my house, it's not. What do you think? I wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, comb my hair, and shave ping and pong?
Well, you could go to a barber, but it might be a little awkward.
The first thing I do is give you a shot that's a local.
Local like here in Detroit?
No local like here in your scrotum.
Oh, boy.
That does sting for a few seconds.
You think?
Then I make 2 small cuts and simply divide and tie up the tubes. The discomfort is really very minimal.
Yeah, why don't you tell that to the boys in the basement?
You'll be back to normal in a few days. The only restriction at all is you won't be able to drive home that day.
What? I can't drive? Forget about it.
Now, what do you mean, forget about it?
Honey, honestly, I was really into it up till that point. The driving thing, I'd iced it.
It's just one day.
Look, it's bad enough to separate a man from his sperm. But to separate a man from his car, that's inhuman. Harold, wait up.
Aren't you getting tired of looking at your butt? Surprisingly, no. Mark, let me tell you something no one's ever going to tell you in life. Looks matter, and I got him. Just too bad you're sitting on him. Brad.
Now, seriously, Angela, are my eyebrows better than Joey Pagunis's?
Yeah, I told you I voted for you.
I can't believe I lost to a guy with a caterpillar over his eyes.
Hey, Brad. Hey, Angela. Hey, Annie, how you doing? Great. You happen to see the latest list? You know, I made best butt.
Yeah, I heard. You know, who started the list? Allison Lou. She was having like this huge fight with her boyfriend Jeff Mingle, who was the cutest butt in the whole entire world, because he was ignoring her, talking to different things. So she decided to like get back at him by making up this list. And instead of like putting his cute butt on it, she decided to pick out the scrawniest butt in the school, which was you. Maybe I shouldn't have told you that. You think? Sorry. Oh my God, I'm like so embarrassed. Why didn't you tell me he didn't know? Because if I would have known that he didn't know, I wouldn't have said anything, because I'm usually really careful about what comes out of my mouth.
Tim, didn't you hear one word that doctor said?
Yeah. She wants to take the zippity out of my doodah.
Look, I know how hard it was for you to even talk to that doctor, but I'd hoped that once we got out of there, we could have a rational, reasonable discussion about it.
We did, in the car on the way home.
All you did all the way home was come up with one ridiculous excuse after another.
That's not true. I merely said that for this sort of thing, it might be better to wait for warmer weather.
I'll knit you a little sweater.
You heard what she said? Shots, shaving? You'd understand about the pain down there.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't understand about the pain down there. I, who had 3 children ripped from my loins in what is laughingly described as natural childbirth.
Oh boy, here we go. The pain of childbirth. Isn't there a statute of limitations on this?
Isn't there a statute of limitations on you being a complete bonehead? You are totally unwilling to accept responsibility for what I have accepted total responsibility for solely since we met.
This is not about accepting responsibility. This is about me being neutered and chewing on my slippers.
Who said anything about you being neutered?
Certain experts I talk
Oh,
to.
what experts? Harry and Benny? Where did they get their degrees? University of I'm an idiot?
Well, they may be idiots, but they think exactly like I do.
Oh, is that you, neighbor?
Yeah. Hi, Wilson. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gathering some twigs for my terrarium. It's mating time for my new spiders. You know, Tim, it's a little known fact, but the male spider's sex organ is located at the end of one of its legs.
Better keep that spider away from Jill. Won't have a leg to stand on.
I'm not sure I follow.
She wants me to have a vasectomy.
I follow.
No, I know a lot of guys get them, but I'm just not one of those guys. I don't want anybody messing, with the...
Well, Tim, it's perfectly natural for a man to be proud of his virility. It gives him a sense of power to be able to pass down his genes.
Yeah, I like power in my genes. Oh.
As a matter of fact, in many cultures, a man is measured by his ability to procreate. In the Zulu tribe of KwaZulu-Natal, the more children a man has, the higher his status.
I don't want to have any more children. I just like knowing that I can. When Jill first told me she was pregnant, I never felt more like a man.
Well, it's perfectly understandable.
I knew a guy would understand.
I also understand there are lots of other things that make you a man.
Such as?
Well, the way you live your life, take care of your kids, your commitment to Jill.
So I should get a vasectomy?
Oh, Tim, I can't tell you what to do. I do know that if I had a vasectomy, I would not feel like any less of a man.
If you had one, neither would I. Harry, what are you doing here? You the guys come up with another vasectomy joke?
Actually, we came up with 12. That's not why I'm here. I came by to apologize for the other day. We were a little rough on you.
Hey, no kidding. Harry, I could take a joke, okay?
Yeah, Tim, lots of guys have had vasectomies, and they're just as manly as they ever were.
Oh, yeah? You name one.
Me. What? Yeah, I had one 5 years ago.
Really? Well, at least we know it does make your voice get any higher.
Actually, it did.
If you got a vasectomy 5 years ago, why didn't you say something in your story the other day?
Oh, in front of those jerks? Look how they went after you.
I can't believe you had a vasectomy.
Well, Dolores wanted to have her tubes tied, and she was really scared about the operation. She's been through childbirth 4 times, and... Well, I've been to Nam. I've been shot, stabbed, kicked, hit, bitten, mortared, strafed, bombed. I figured, hey, what's a snip or two?
This is amazing. Really amazing. You know a guy all your life, and you don't know what's going on under his pants.
Just between you and me, there's nothing to it. You feel exactly the same as you did before. The only difference is your sex life.
What happens to it?
Anytime, any place.
Anytime, any place.
You got it.
So this helped your relationship?
Well, nothing could help our relationship. Well, our sex life is a lot better. Like just this morning, I was getting ready to go to work, and Dolores came in with curlers in her hair and nothing else.
Harry, you've helped enough.
I got sick of dinner. I promised my mom I'd be home by like 5:30, and from late she lectured me. When she could start, she just was on and on and on about every little thing. You can't get a word in edgewise. It's like a total drag. I don't know if you know any people like that.
Just one.
See ya.
Bye.
Hi. Bye. Ooh, something smells good. What are we eating?
Take out.
My favorite. I think I'm ready to talk.
About?
About what you want to talk about that I didn't want to talk about?
The vasectomy?
Yep. I think the trouble I'm having is that even though I don't want to have any more children, the thought that I can't would kind of make me feel like...
Less of a man.
That would be it.
Tim, if I had my tubes tied, would you see me as less of a woman?
No.
Well, then why should it be any different for you?
And why would it be any different for me?
If you did this, not only would you be protecting me from surgery, but you'd be making a real commitment to me and our relationship. In my eyes, that makes you more of a man.
I want to be more of a man, yeah.
So what do you think?
I think I have more questions.
Okay, such as what?
Do they make a home kit so I can do it right here in the garage?
I don't think so.
Could this count as your birthday present?
Absolutely, yeah. For once, I wouldn't have to stand in line to return it.
And, while I'm preparing for this, will you go out and find me very, very mild aftershave?
Yeah, I'll work on that, yeah.
Gotta be careful about slapping it on, too.
All right, we're going to the park. We'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, well, dinner's at 6.
All right, we'll be here.
All right. Honey, I don't know if this vasectomy was such a good idea.
Sure it was. Anywhere, anytime.
Kitchen counter?
No. The attic.
No, that was too dusty. Maybe we should try someplace we haven't been in a while.
A bedroom. While I'm preparing for this, will you go out and find me very, very mild aftershave?
I'd work on it, yes.
Remind me not to use toilet paper if I nick myself.